So I'm here with my chevre on my chat room. There's some woman I don't know in there, guest 130, saying, "Luke, I love you and I wish you many happy returns on your birthday. I just turned 42 today. It's May 28th. Tell her that I love her too, even though I don't know who it is. Just a regular in my chat room. Go to my website, lukeford.net. You can log in, chat with me, check out my live cam. And when I tell her I love her too, she says, "I feel it big time. You are an excellent lover. You are an excellent lover. Even if you can't carry me around the room, knock things down and make passionate love to me on the counter, maybe if you keep eating your Vegemite sandwiches, you will become like Popeye. A girl can dream." So good times. That's my birthday. I hope you like the balloons. Anyway, I have some profound moral thoughts to share with you after that immoral note. I was kind of taken aback by Russell Crowe in that movie American Gangster, where he's like carrying this woman around on his hips and knocking things off the counter so he can make love to her on the kitchen sink. I guess some chicks are into that, but I'm just not strong enough. Anyway, I've had a part-time job past couple of months where I pick up these kids from school and drive them home. And it's reminded me of the importance of moral education. Because it's a constant struggle to keep these kids in their seatbelts. I'm driving around, they're jumping out of their seatbelts and running around the car, and I could get stuck with like some $400 fine. So it's nothing to have balloons and cake about. This is a very serious matter. So how do we keep Jews in their halakhic seatbelts? Because when Jews leave Judaism, as Dennis Prager notes, they don't stop trying to change the world. They just start trying to change it through feminism or socialism or communism or many of the other world transforming ideologies come from the Jews. So I was thinking today, how do you make good people? And then I was thinking, why on earth should I talk about how do you make good people? Number one, I'm not a particularly good person. Number two, Dennis Prager talks on this topic much more eloquently than I can. But there's one topic that I know more about than Dennis Prager, and that's Luke Ford. So I was thinking, when do I behave my best and when do I behave my worst? And I behave my worst when I'm anonymous. I'm alone in a big city, there in my hotel room. I've got a credit card, blah, blah, blah. I've never ordered a hooker, so don't go there. But anonymity, that's when I behave my worst. I behave my best when I feel close bonds with other people. When there are people that I love and I don't want to disappoint them and I don't want to look in their eyes and see hurt and pain and disappointment and anger and rejection. I'm not into that. So in this way, Orthodox Judaism is particularly strong because it has very tight community. You have to live within walking distance of an Orthodox shul if you want to belong to it, because you're not allowed to drive according to Jewish law on the Sabbath. So you have to live within walking distance, and you develop tight bonds with other people. And Judaism is one of the best ways of developing bonds with people, because you have to pray and shul 3 times a day. So you're going to see the same people, and unless you're a total schmuck, you're going to develop some bonds. Then once you develop bonds with people, you don't want to let them down. Like if I love a woman, I don't want to look in her eyes and see that I've disappointed or hurt her. Or if I love a man, not in a sexual way, I don't want to look in his eyes and see disappointment and hurt. And for me, that's the single most powerful effect on my moral behavior. I don't want to let down people I love. So I think that's key, but not everyone's the same. But there is a statement in the story in the Talmud about this rabbi dying, and he says, "I hope that you will fear God as much as you fear other people." And one of his disciples says, "Well, shouldn't we fear God more than we fear other people?" The rabbi says, "Yes, you should, but let's be real, you're going to tend to fear other people more." So I think the other keys for making good people is a belief in a transcendent moral code, which can only come, if it comes from God. Then you have a moral code that everybody is accountable to. So that's ethical monotheism. Then, you need this code written down somewhere and enumerated. And then you need rituals to keep you reminded of the importance of being a good person. So that's Orthodox Judaism is also very strong in that. And you need common sense. and you need a community, and you need other people keeping an eye on you. But for me, the single most important thing for my behavior, having to look someone in the eye, someone who I care about, and I don't want to let them down. I have to look them in the eye. It's very painful.